Hello, my name is Danielle Wood. I direct the Space-Enabled Research Group at MIT's Media Lab. We have 3 areas of research asking about the intersection between space and sustainability. The first topic highlights how we can use today's space technology and reduce barriers to apply it to sustainable development goals. A second area is exploring how we can design future space technology to start to make space itself, our activities as humans expand into space, more sustainable. This is an opportunity for fresh work because many things have not been done before, and we could do them for the first time in a sustainable manner. Our third research theme asks, what does it mean to design complex systems, whether in space or on Earth, in a way that addresses equity and justice, particularly with a focus on identity, who we are as people, our genders, our backgrounds, our ethnicities, our languages. Our first research theme at Space Enabled is asking how we can design today's space technology in a way that addresses those working on the United Nations Sustainable Development Goals. This means looking at an array of space technology and explaining that they do have benefit in things like providing information, positioning services, communication capability, and even innovative designs that could be rethought to support local goals on Earth. I often do this kind of work in collaboration and at the invitation of leaders who might be government leaders, nonprofits, or people leading indigenous tribes, and they see a potential but need to find a bridge between their goals and technology from space. My second research theme at Space Enabled asks how we can design future space technologies to enable sustainability as humans expand our impact in space. I'm excited about all the cool innovations happening in the space field, but to be honest, I'm also a bit nervous because we are starting to innovate in the space field faster than we can review the impacts of our actions. So part of my work at Space Enabled is asking, what can we do right now to ensure future sustainability and our impact on the space environment, which includes orbit around the Earth, but also the Moon? How can we at Space Enabled help ensure sustainability and future human impact in space? Part of this looks like work to help set standards and behaviors that space operators can use to reduce space debris and other forms of pollution in space. We also try to design hardware systems that are going to be more sustainable because they're creating less pollution or debris in space. All of this is done as a way to show prototypes of how we could design practically so that our hardware and our behaviors are better both for each other and the space environment. Our third research theme at Space Enabled is asking, what does it mean to design any complex system to address equity and justice? In particular, we consider justice from the point of view of who we are as people. We're people with genders and backgrounds and languages and culture, and because of these groupings that we're in, we experience the world differently. We've already seen from many authors that it matters to consider who an audience might be for technology. How does their language and culture and ethnicity and race and gender and class, how do all of those important variables affect how they experience technology as a group? The directions we're taking in Space Enabled really are rooted in years of searching without knowing exactly where I'd end up. There were a few key moments of insight. I was inspired by a leader named Daniel Irwin at NASA, who started a project called Surveyor around the same time I was doing my undergraduate studies at MIT. I met Dan Irwin as an undergrad intern and learned a lot from his project. He's a NASA scientist who is asking how he could use NASA satellite data to help make development choices better, especially in Latin America, as well as other regions around the world. I was able to learn what is it the countries want from space to make their country better, and how could a researcher play a role. So I'd say it was about a 15-year journey for me to ask these questions without really having a clear idea where it would take me. But eventually, Space Enabled is a place where I can bring together the question, how can we design space systems, and really any complex system, in a way that makes a difference on Earth, especially for those who usually are left out of technology?